Hey guys, what's up? I kind of just wanted to share something a little personal to me. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm in a rock and roll band. Our lives are about hitting hard, rocking the stage, playing music that's heavy, uh, trying to like reach into the dark places of the world. And sometimes I feel like people think that I have this dirty little secret. And what I mean by that is my faith. My faith is not cool. My belief in Jesus is something that people kind of try to brush to the side, whether it's like, I mean, they're a Christian band, but they're really cool. But they're really cool. And it's almost like something that people think, oh, let's kind of make that the small part and make it more so about the fact that they rock really hard, etc., etc. Because rock and roll is really about glamorizing sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's kind of about being that rock star and nothing else matters. However, I want to say something. There is nothing in my life that I am more proud of than my faith in Christ. There is absolutely nothing that even comes close. I don't see it as a dirty little secret at all. I don't even feel remotely like I want to keep that part of my life a secret. I want that to be the biggest part of my life. I don't want it to be, yeah, she's a Christian, but she rocks hard on the drums. For me, it's she's a Christian. Oh, and by the way, she plays the drums. For me, there is nothing in my life I am more proud of and more unashamed of than the fact that I am crazy about what Christ has done. And I'm sure a lot of you will want to stop scrolling already or like scroll past this already because truthfully, there was once a time I felt that way too. I had been around religion, I had been around people who had kind of perhaps made me want nothing to do with Christ. I'd seen a lot of people that were maybe quite judgmental or hypocritical. And that was a big reason for me to kind of want nothing to do with it. And I kind of just wanted to share with you guys that a sad thing about Western sort of society and culture is that the story of Jesus through Christmas, Easter, all these different things, it's become so over familiar with us. Like we have an over familiarity with the story of Jesus that it has become a fairy tale to us. It's become kind of like a mythological story that we all love to sing songs about at Christmas. However, I just think it's really important, if any of you haven't considered this before, if any of you feel like maybe you haven't really given it much attention other than the songs you sing at Christmas, I just want to let you guys know. There is nothing more important that you could consider than what Jesus did when he walked the earth. History doesn't deny that he walked the earth. Other than the Bible, many historical documents document the life of Jesus, and the world has never been the same ever since. And I kind of wanted to let you guys know that for me, the best decision I've ever made was choosing to take it seriously, give it a second. And the reason that it's so important is because if you don't ever take the time to consider what he did with his life, and if it all ends up being true, which 100%, 100% honesty, I believe this is all true. To reject Jesus is to reject the merciful hand of God that allows him, he has made a way for us, basically, to be found right and guiltless and righteous before him. And what I mean by that is God is real, he is holy, he's expected us to live a life that reflects him and honors him perfectly. And if we haven't, if we've fallen short in any way, that's called sin. And that actually separates us from us. It means that when we stand before him, when we pass away, we will be found not perfect. And to be found not perfect before a holy and perfect God means that we deserve his wrath. It separates us from him, and we have to pay for those sins. And the awesome thing about Christ is that he has come, he's lived the perfect life, the sinless life for us, and he paid the debt that you owe. When you stand before God and he finds you guilty, if you put your faith in Christ, he has already paid that very debt for you. He says, her faith in me, his faith in me, makes her sins paid for. She is righteous, she is guiltless, she is free. Not only that, you can be, it actually makes you transformed. When you are found in Christ, you are able to be adopted as a child of God here, right now. That means he can fill you with his spirit. It means you can hear him speak to you. It means that your life, the reality of what you live right now, is completely different. It is the hope of all the earth. And I can tell you right now, this isn't just a story. This isn't just a religion. It's something I've seen evidence of in my life. It does require faith, and I understand that. But I would just ask you guys to consider this story. Reach out to God if you've never reached out to him before. Ask him to make himself real to you and accept Jesus into your heart. And you can be saved, you can be freed, you can have hope, that you can be absolutely not afraid of death. You can be adopted as a child of God, filled with his spirit. You can know his voice and know him taking care of you for the rest of the days of your life. It is the most wonderful thing I've ever done. It is the thing that I am the most proud of in my entire life. There is no accomplishment I could ever do in this earth that would compare to the pride I have of being found in Christ and my faith in him. It is what I would die for. I know this might sound kind of intense, but this is a really weird season, and I know a lot of you are struggling with feeling afraid, maybe feeling a little bit hopeless, and that's where I'm going to share this super important story with you. I'm going to share some stories in my Instagram story with some links if you want to know more. Go check it out. And just consider who he was, consider what he has done in history, consider how the world has changed ever since he walked this earth, and give it some time, ponder it, think about it before you reject this completely, because as I said, if this is the truth, it really does matter in the end if you don't give it the proper attention it deserves. I love you guys so much. I know this might have made some of you uncomfortable, but it's because I love you and because I believe this 100% wholeheartedly. I feel like it's a great time to share this story with you. Easter Sunday, it's a big deal. It's what my life is about. And for those of you that have never really understood why we do what we do, it's because this stuff has given us a new hope, given us a new life, and it's all we live for now. Love you guys so much. Have a great Easter.